On Tishah B'Av, we lost the 2 temples. We got bad decrees from Hashem, not only for the 2 temples, but also for being staying in the desert for the next 40 years. A lot of really, really horrible things happened throughout history, both in the Torah, as well as just regular history that we know, recorded history that we know of. Even events, major events that happened during the Holocaust, a lot of really bad things happened on Tishah B'Av. It's actually such a spiritually negative day for Am Yisrael that all the beaches in Israel put a red flag in the ocean because the most amount of drowning happens on Tishah B'Av. So they tell people don't even go into the water. It's dangerous waters. So if anyone needs proof that God runs the world, just go to the ocean in Israel, you see it. Unless you go inside, then you won't be able to report it to the rest of us. So the point here is that we have another big fast coming up. The big fast that's coming up is on Tishah B'Av. You don't have the option, at least if you want to remain a righteous Jew, you don't have the option of sleeping all day. You have to go to shul, you have to pray. You have to do tshuva, but you have to get to a point of crying. Someone who doesn't cry on Tishah B'Av kind of missed the point. Why cry on Tishah B'Av? You cry because you don't have the Bet HaMikdash. Now for most Jews, myself included, most of my life that meant absolutely nothing to me. Most people are not going to tell you that, but it's real. For most people in the world, myself included, most of my life, Baruch Hashem, recently it's changed, but for most of my life, when people tell me, yeah, we don't have the Bet HaMikdash, okay, so build a new one. We don't have it, Hashem, give us a new one. Whatever, look, it's 2,000 years ago, leave me alone. What's it to me that there's no building? Okay, so if Hashem wants us to have the building, He'll give us a building. If Hashem really cared about this building, thinking it's just a building, then you just build a building. And if not, he'll hire somebody. What's it to me that we don't have this Bet HaMikdash? Now, most people are not going to tell you this. And the reason why is because they still want to show face and go to synagogue. If you tell people, listen, I don't really care that the Bet HaMikdash is destroyed, I'll tell you, listen, do me a favor, find a new shul. Find a new community, maybe even find a new religion. Don't talk to us anymore. It's like if you tell people, you know, the Holocaust, people ask, where was God during the Holocaust? The real answer is, He was there. He did it. That's the answer. He was pressing the buttons. He did it. Nothing happens in the world without Hashem doing it. Nothing. A leaf has to ask God for permission if it wants to fall off the tree. A leaf. Every tree has tens of thousands of leaves. A leaf wants to fall off the tree. Says, I'm weak, I want to fall. Hashem says, not yet. Wait another week. A week later, can I fall? No, you know what? Wait another week. A leaf has to ask for permission if he's going to fall off a tree. Hashem cares about the leaf. The prophet Job said, Hashem, maybe you made a mistake. Maybe instead of Eyov, it's Oyev. Maybe you mistook my name. Instead of seeing that I'm Eyov, your prophet that loves you, you thought of me as an enemy, but I'm not an enemy. I love you. Hashem responds to him. He says, I know the name of every single hair on your head. Which means that every hair on our head, Hashem gives it a name. The hair. Now, I saw in a book recently, in our research about wigs and everything that's misunderstood in the Jewish world today, scientists have estimated that the average head has between 90,000 to 150,000 hairs. Average head. So that means that on your head right now, there's approximately 125,000 names that Hashem knows. Before each one of those hairs decides to fall, turn gray, turn different color, anything, has to ask permission. Hashem, can I turn gray? No, yet. He's too young. Week later, yeah, you know what? He made a sin last week. Turn gray, make him upset. Yes, the hair has to ask for permission if it wants to turn gray. So what, you think the Holocaust just happened? But if we tell this to a lot of people that are very sensitive about the Holocaust, like, oh, that's mean, these were holy people. Who's saying they weren't? They were holy people. I love them as much as you do. But to say that anything else other than Hashem caused it is kfirah. It's 100% heresy. Because you're saying that there's a power beyond God. So now, this very same God decided that Tisha B'Av is going to be a day that unfortunately is going to be a day we're going to suffer. The negative things that happened in the Holocaust, the negative things that happened in the Bet HaMikdash, which by the way, the Bet HaMikdash was drastically worse than the Holocaust as far as quantity and deaths and disaster, but nonetheless, this is the recent disaster we have recorded that most people connect to, which is obvious why, because maybe they still know somebody that survived it or perhaps died in it. No questions asked. But if you tell people, listen, I don't feel bad that the Bet HaMikdash was destroyed. Like really, inside I don't feel bad. They're going to tell you, hold on. They're going to tell you, listen, there's something wrong with you. You should change Kehillah. So now the response is, then on Tisha B'Av, when you show up to the Beit Knesset, and you're sitting on the floor like everybody else, what's everybody doing? What's everybody doing on Tisha B'Av? They're sitting on the floor, they're looking at the book, but in reality, what's everybody doing? They're always looking at the three guys that are crying, saying, why is he crying? Why is he crying? What, it's his house? Why he lived there? Why his uncle owned it, built it? What happened? Why is he crying? Everyone is asking why there's three guys. There's 500 people in the shul. There's three guys crying. Why is he crying? I know myself, I used to ask the same question. Why is he crying on Tisha B'Av? Why? Because I didn't feel bad about Bet HaMikdash. I didn't feel bad. I didn't connect to it. Now why didn't I connect to it? For the very same reason of those 500 other people that are looking at the guy crying. They didn't know what happened there. They didn't know what the significance of the Bet HaMikdash was. So, today, we have an opportunity to start learning what actually happened in this Bet HaMikdash. Why do we need to yearn for it? Why do we need to cry for it? What actually happened in this Bet HaMikdash that we should mourn it not existing? If somebody lost their house to chas v'shalom, something, a fire or a flood, Shem Echem, all of these disasters that happen on a daily basis in the world, people lose their houses all the time. But once the insurance check comes in, nobody feels bad anymore. Everybody starts getting excited. Why? Because they're building a nicer house for more money even. And still have change. Because everyone's overinsured. You have a $500,000 house, insurance for $1 million. So now you're buying a house, extension, maybe a car too. So as soon as the check comes in, everybody's excited, plus the insurance company pays for the hotel. So no one's crying anymore as soon as the check comes in. Everyone's crying until the check comes in. But here we don't have a check, and we're still expected to cry. Why are we crying? Because once we understood the significance of the Bet HaMikdash, you'd actually cry every day. A little bit every day. A little bit every single day of why we don't have the Bet HaMikdash. Let me know what you think, and make sure to share it, because other people need to learn too.